So this is the Samson Go Mic video. Now this is basically trying to do what some of the others have done in the past when you think of things like the Zoom Q2N, where it's taken a microphone first and then added a camera to it. Same thing with the Movo webcam ring light that I tested a few months back. You know, these things are basically microphones first and then they add a webcam to it. But does it work? So the first thing that I wanted to actually compare it against was the Samson Go Mic. So if I look at the Samson Go Mic, it actually has this nice case. Now, one of the first things that was a little bit disappointing when I unboxed the Go Mic video is that it didn't have the carrying case in it. Now, it's kind of nice to be able to have this, you know, as something that you can bring with you in your bag, in your pocket, and not worry about, you know, damaging the microphone or having any physical issues with it. But there's another problem, and I would say that the size is a little bit bigger. So if we look at the two microphone slash the webcam slash microphone, you can see there's a difference in terms of the size. That the Go Mic video is a little bit bigger, a little bit taller, and also a bit thicker because it has a camera in it, basically. The thing that it does address, though, if you look at it from this side particularly, is that it does have the USB-C out versus a mini USB, which is a bit dated in 2023. So that's a good upgrade. One of the other things that's different on the two is that the Go Mic video has no 10 dB pad on it, so you don't have that minus 10 dB setting, but it still offers the cardioid and the omnidirectional pickup pattern. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to test out the Samson Go Mic video, see what it sounds like, see how the video looks, and see how it compares to the Samson Go Mic and other microphones slash webcams in the category. Alright, so I thought I'd combine both the default camera and microphone sound in one and also give you the specs while I'm on this microphone. So first thing, I'm about 3-ish feet away from the microphone. My background lighting, my key light's at about 5,000 kelvins in terms of its color temp. And this is what the default image looks like, which is pretty good. It's a little bit brighter than what you saw in the kind of intro shot, you know, with my Sony camera. But it doesn't look too bad from a camera and a microphone perspective, given just how compact this is. Now, just to give some of the features of this webcam slash microphone, first off, it's 1080p, 30 frames per second. Not a big surprise there. Again, given the size of the microphone and the camera, it's very compact. It's compatible, you know, as you'd imagine, with things like Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Google Meet, those types of things. There's a nice thing is, like you probably saw in the intro, there's a headphone jack for real-time monitoring, so you can listen to what you sound like through the microphone. So you don't really have any trade-offs in terms of the Samson Go Mic, other than it's a slightly bit bigger, as I mentioned, and you don't have that 10 dB pad, which I didn't find a lot of use for actually in my kind of work-from-home remote work application, but maybe if you're a musician, that 10 dB pad might come in handy. But the microphone itself, at least from what I've listened to, it sounds more or less the same as the Go Mic microphone. And it has a lot of the same specs. So if you look at the specs themselves, it does have the same frequency response. So 80 hertz to 18,000 hertz on the cardioid pattern, and 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz on the omnidirectional pattern. The rest of the specs are similar. The dimensions, though, versus the other one, it's 3.33 or 3 1/3 inches by 2 inches by 1 inch in terms of depth, which if you're using rational measurements, that means about 85 millimeters by 52 millimeters by 26 millimeters, and it weighs about 1/3 of a pound or 154 grams. So it's still pretty light, but now I've got the two of them kind of right next to each other, and it's it looks massively larger, at least to me, than the previous Go Mic, but you know, it has a lot of the same capabilities. The one thing that's a little bit different on the light itself is a white light on the front versus a green light, and if it clips, it still has the red LED that will indicate whether or not the microphone is clipping. Alright, so now I'm going to put it into the omnidirectional pickup pattern. So this is the omnidirectional pickup pattern. It should be, if it's like the other microphone, a little bit more echoey in the omnidirectional pickup pattern, but we'll find out in post how much more echoey it is. Okay, and just for the sake of science, I thought I would test out the Samson Go Mic Video with the audio coming from the original Samson Go Mic. So this is the original Samson Go Mic. It is just about probably 4 inches to the right-hand side, or 100 millimeters to the right-hand side of the Samson Go Mic Video. Okay, so like I do with any webcam review, I actually tuned the image a little bit. Didn't have to do too much, actually just turned off auto exposure. Set, in my case, the exposure down 1 stop, basically, to -5. And then inside of OBS, what I did was I basically took the gamma down to -0.2 and the saturation down to -0.1. So not a massive amount of change, but I think this is giving it more the right, coloring, the right exposure. I'm not blown out as much on my forehead, those types of things. But the image actually looks crisp and clear and pretty good for a 1080p 30 camera. Hey, Future Jeremy here. One thing I left out when I was looking at these two cameras, and that's kind of important, is the mounting. So the smaller one that you can see here on the left-hand side, that is the Go Mic, and that has a 3/8 inch microphone mount to it. But the new Go Mic Video has a 1/4-20 mount, which in my opinion is a lot more practical in terms of being able to mount it on basically any tripod. So that's one detail that I left out, but probably worth consideration as part of this. You don't have to buy any adapters or anything if you've got a tripod. It will just work. Okay, so I thought I heard the microphone sound a little bit different in terms of the testing when they were about 3 feet away. So what I wanted to do is actually listen to both of them more or less in the right frame as I kind of give my closing thoughts in terms of the two microphones. This is the Samson Go Mic Video, using my Sony ZV-E10 as the camera, just so you can kind of see the difference in terms of the video quality. But this is the microphone from the Go Mic Video. Now I'm going to switch that over to this Samson Go Mic without the video. Okay, so now you're listening to the Samson Go Mic's audio. I would say the Samson Go Mic Video is a little bit more sensitive. That might actually be in the specs for the microphone, I don't know. But I do kind of prefer the sound from the Samson Go Mic over the Samson Go Mic Video just a little bit. They're pretty close in terms of the sound profile. In terms of final thoughts, what I would say is the Samson Go Mic Video has a pretty good camera in it. It's better in my opinion than the Zoom Q2N's camera, even though the Zoom Q2N has all the different video and audio kind of features at the device side in order to change the look and the sound. But just in terms of just the experience out of the box and not messing with the different software and the different modes on the camera, the Samson Go Mic Video I think is the superior device. It's also superior in my opinion to the Movo webcam microphone ring light that I tried. Granted, that one was a lot less expensive, and it still is less expensive, but right now the Movo I think is going for about $50 and this one's going for about $70 on Amazon. So in that case, I would totally pick the Samson Go Mic Video out of the two of them, and I'd really pick it over the Zoom Q2N, even though Zoom Q2N can record to media and power itself on a battery. For my purposes at least, as somebody that's doing work from home or podcasting, those types of things, streaming, the Samson Go Mic Video is going to be the best bet. I do prefer the sound though a little bit on the Samson Go Mic that you can hear right now. It's a little bit less sensitive. The audio curve's a little bit more pleasant to my ear, not by much, but just a little tiny bit. So hopefully this review helps make your decision in terms of microphones and audio. They say audio is about 80% of video quality. I believe that, and you can definitely get a lot better video quality with something that's got better audio quality like these two devices. So if you like this video, be sure to give me a like. If you want to see more gadgets and more tech tips and more work from home tips, be sure to subscribe to my channel. And as always, thank you for watching.